Hello, and welcome to Potation Rotation live on YouTube. We are recapping Sunday's E3 presentations. Let me tell you something. The Futures showcase is actually still ongoing. It's been going on for just a little over an hour. And I don't have time to recap that last part. The Futures Game Show is really just trailers, behind the scenes stuff, showing some stuff that we've seen before, some new surprises. You're probably going to just have to go ahead and just Google Futures Game Show later tonight or even tomorrow to see everything that was spoken about. I am absolutely I got what I wished for. Let's just say that. So yesterday I bitched about all the countdowns and the timers and the waiting for things, and today it was bam 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 information overload. Wasn't a whole lot of time in between things, so I'm exhausted. The times that I had to actually do something, I was playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I have probably about 5 hours into that game. It's so fantastic. It is one of the best games I've played in years. Not gonna lie, probably since Mario Odyssey. I mean, it's fantastic. The graphics are fantastic. The music is fantastic. The sound, especially when you're wearing the 3D headset, it's fantastic. Just a fantastic game. Everything about it, the graphics, the visuals, everything is seamless. There's no loading times, and a cutscene is the same as the gameplay, and vice versa. It's a phenomenal game. I can't stop playing it. I'm supposed to be finishing some Zelda titles, and I was in the middle of one. And I've been playing Bachelor all day today. So the dog. The dog is now active when he's been sleeping all day, so there's going to be that. He picked a fine time, but I also didn't want to lock him out because he's been kind of hanging out by himself all day while I've been watching E3 and everything. So I didn't have a lot of time. I had to prepare after the PC Gaming Show. I had to prepare. I had to get things ready. I had to eat. I had to do my laundry. I had to walk the dog. It was like the only time I had. So, and plus I learned, apparently, I haven't ordered Chinese takeout in a while. In fact, all day today I had to order takeout for all lunch and dinner because I couldn't go anywhere because of E3. And the first time I ordered lunch, I ordered some guac and some chips. And they forgot the chips. So now I got like this bowl of guac that they gave me with, it's just sitting in the fridge, unused. So, DoorDash was able to give me like a half credit for that, like $4. So then I used that on dinner. And apparently when you order Chinese food nowadays, they just don't give you the soy sauce, the hot mustard, the sweet and sour. I guess they just don't throw that shit in the bag because none of that shit came with my... And I like hot mustard and I like sweet and sour. I could go without soy sauce. But anyway, so I needed to prepare. And after I'm done here, I got to go finish my laundry. It's been a day, I'll tell you, it's been a day. But let's just real quick, like I said, the Future Games Show is actually still on as we speak. Now, as I've said before, I'm not like a PC gaming person, but I still stuck through it. We're going to kind of just run through real quick everything that was part of the PC Gaming Showcase. Okay, so New Blood Interactive tossed together a sizzle reel comprising of games such as Fallen Aces, Ultra Kill Duck 82, Amid Evils, The Black Labyrinth Expansion, Unfortunate Specimen, Faith, The Unholy Trinity, and a look at Dusk mods. Now, interestingly enough, we can't forget about these flashes of some black and white clips in between all of those that appear to be yet another 5 announced games. And we also had this PC gamer named Frankie Ward, which I know the name Frankie Ward. I just don't. Yeah, I guess he heard the name Frankie Ward too. I've just never been like I said, I'm not into PC gaming, so I don't know anything about PC gamers. Though I am familiar with the name. I guess Frankie Ward will be added to the game Humankind. EVE Online now has the EVE Academy website for beginners of EVE Online. Arborea is leaving early access, and Chernobyl. I'm surprised I got that as quickly as I did. That's leaving early access too. As far as everything else, here we go. We got Project Warlock 2, Silt, Lemnis Gate, Gigabash, Vampire the Masquerade, Hello Neighbor 2, Killing Floor 2, Far, Changing Tides, Lakeburg Legacy, Lakeburg Legacies, Ixion, Next Space Rebels, War Tales, Citizen Sleeper, Solstice, Songs of Conquest, Death Trash, A Dog Squeaky Toy, Tinykin, Mecha Jammer, Icarus, Pioneer, Sacrifier, Lumber Hill, Dodgeball, Academia, They Always Run, Warhammer 40,000 has Chaos Gate, Demon Hunters. That always screws me up when they stick an A in there. Dying Light 2, of course, and Ramen. Oh, and Chivalry 2 is getting some new maps soon, including one called Galencourt. Okay. So, Nico, you just keep slamming that toy against the floor and squeaking it. But anyway, we are going to move on to now the beginning of the E3 today. And they were talking about, with 24 Entertainment's Naraka Blade Point, there was some exclusive content footage showing. I am not familiar with this game because it is a Steam game. I'm also not a Steam player because technically most people play Steam on a PC, and I don't play anything on a PC. So I'm not familiar with the game. I do know the name. And apparently it's a very popular game. They gave all the stats and everything. There's going to be new game content, this new hero. August 12th is the game launch. You can pre-order it now, and open beta starts on June 16th. So that is Naraka Blade Point opened the show. Belch count number 1. I can't put those post-production belch counts in there with the video game jump. Now we are going to get into the meat. I like calling it the meat. We're going to be talking about the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. Boy, let me tell you something. I started out being an Xbox guy. Like, I had a friend that had the PlayStation, and if I wanted to play PlayStation, I went to his house to play it. It took me a while to pick up a PlayStation. I was an Xbox person. Up until the 360, and by the time the 360 came out, I was now... I've always played Nintendo also, but I became a PlayStation guy. And I barely played the Xbox 360. And I had it, and I sold the console and the games at one point. And then the limited edition Star Wars R2-D2 360 came out, and I bought that. And it just sat there. It was cool, the beeps and the boops. But I barely played it and got rid of that too. However, I have been playing my Xbox Series X, well, up until Ratchet and Clank came out, almost exclusively. My PS5 has been sitting, except for the occasional times that I play a PS4 game on it. That being said, though, Xbox, I am just absolutely amazed at what they're doing. They're just, if they're winning me over, they've got to be winning over other people that were probably previously PlayStation. And I love every gaming system, everyone equally. It doesn't matter how often I play it or not, but this Xbox and Bethesda and how they're going to be cranking out these Bethesda titles. It was a Bethesda bookend presentation. It started out with Starfield, which is that sci-fi exploration game. It showed a teaser trailer. Now, again, as I said yesterday, I am not playing trailers because the first time I played Ratchet and Clank a couple nights ago, that stream got booted while it was live. So that's not going to happen because I can't risk any music that plays in a trailer. Yeah. So this CNN article talks about most of the stuff. Halo Infinite, of course. Stalker 2. We'll get into some of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that Starfield. Man, like, to start off with Starfield, it was just absolutely insane. And then to state that it was going to be day one Game Pass, I was like, holy shit. I've got Game Pass bought for like the next 3 years or something like that. So, game that comes out in 2023, I'm still good for. And I made notes that all these games are the ones that were going to be for Game Pass. And then it turns out like a majority of all their announcements are going to be on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, they're going to be free to play day one. This game launches in November 2022, so we still have a long ways to go. Like 17 months. So I'm going to temper my excitement for about another year, but I am ecstatic, as pretty much everybody else is, for Starfield. And then they talked about the first-person shooter Stalker 2. Let's go ahead and just bring that up. Stalker, if I can type, you guys can see my Starbucks that I tried looking for. So we got that Heart of Chernobyl for Xbox Series X and S and the PC. That's going to be April 2022. And I mean, that looks alright. It looks alright. I'm not a big first-person shooter type guy, to be honest with you. So, Back 4 Blood. We could talk about this later, but we're not going to. I spoke about Back 4 Blood when it was first announced, when I did a very rare nerd and geek and gaming update on Potation Rotation here earlier this year. And I said how excited I was for it as a fan of Left 4 Dead, at least the first one, not the second one. I still got the second one over here. I got to play it yet. I'm excited for Back 4 Blood. We got a new trailer, Sword Mode PvP or Human versus Zombie first-person gameplay footage. And then there was the showcase, of course, that Warner Brothers Games put on a little later in the show. But Back 4 Blood, just go ahead and Google it. You're going to get a bunch of shit right now at this point. That comes out in a few months, October 12th. And like I said, most of these games are going to be day one on Game Pass. That one is too. It got to the point where I even stopped writing that down because pretty much every game is going to be day one on Game Pass. And then Xbox Game Studios with Avalanche. They started running this trailer with some Steely Dan on it. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I can get into this. A Steely Dan soundtrack or some kind of 70s or classic rock soundtrack. Classic rock, that's probably like oldies now, right? Classic rock is like 90s grunge now, isn't it? Anyway, game called Contraband. It's a new connected shooter open world game that takes place in the 70s, and that has my attention. It didn't show much. See if we can kind of get a little something here. Contraband game. Let's go with that. There we go. It's a new heist game from the Just Cause team, like I said, Avalanche. For what little they showed, they didn't even show any gameplay. It was just like a quick, I don't know, what was it, like a minute long trailer that I definitely can't play. I could probably, you know what, I could probably mute stuff, but I don't feel like it. Anyway, for what it's worth, it has my attention for now. We'll have to see what more they announce. That is going to come out next year, I believe. I don't remember them saying that there was a date. Let's see here. If I didn't write down a date, I don't think I remember seeing a date. Yeah, see, Avalanche Studios didn't offer a release window for Contraband right down there. So I'll just have to wait for more information. And then we got a little bit of animation, and then the Rare logo came up, and a little bit more animation and some talking, and then Disney logo came up. I'm like, ooh, what is this? Like, this should be some good shit. And then as it turns out, it's just a like an expansion for Sea of Thieves, Pirates of the Caribbean expansion for Sea of Thieves called The Pirate's Life, and it's free for people that already have that, so enjoy it. I don't. It started out good for me, like I was like, ooh, what is this? And then I was like, yeah, not for me. They also announced that Yakuza Like a Dragon is available today on Game Pass. I've been waiting for that. That was a rumor that was going to happen, and it has happened. So as soon as I'm done, I got a laundry list of games, but that's going to be to do for me. I've got a little thing from this first-person shooter called Battlefield, and this is Battlefield 2042, and that releases on October 22nd. 12 minutes. 12 minutes was their next announcement. I heard about this game, and it's got a good cast. Let's go ahead and click on this and hope that nothing surprises me as far as audio goes. So here we go. So James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. Wisconsin's own Willem Dafoe. 12 minutes, an interactive thriller about a man trapped in a time loop. That is going to be coming out for the Xbox and the Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC on August 19th. That's developed by Luis Antonio and published by Annapurna Interactive. They make some pretty good games. They do. I mean, they are. I've played a couple of them already so far. They're very story driven, sometimes dark, sometimes deep, sometimes melancholy. You might get a happy ending. They put out some good stuff. 12 minutes. I'm looking forward to that. And then after 15, 16 years out of nowhere, Psychonauts 2 coming out August 25th. I had a friend that had the original Psychonauts. Didn't care. It just wasn't something I was interested in. And after seeing the trailer for the second one, I'm still not. But for all you Psychonauts fans that have been waiting this long for a sequel, you're finally getting one, August 25th. They also announced that as of today, there's more Bethesda titles on Game Pass. And again, a reminder that all Bethesda titles are optimized for X and S. I think they said that they're up to about 30 titles now. So if you want some Bethesda playing time on your Game Pass and you have an X and S, you can get optimized titles, up to 30 of them, available to you right now. Fallout 76 Steel Rain will be free for Fallout 76 players next month. And they also announced Fallout 76 Expeditions The Pit, P-I-T-T, as in Pittsburgh, as we saw in the trailer. The Pit, that's what it stands for. That is going to be out in 2022 for all you Fallout fans. And then, of course, they had to talk about Elder Scrolls Online because Elder Scrolls. And then what the hell was this? I gotta show you guys this. This was like, wow. I want to pick this one up. Cute fuzzy animals. Part-time jobs near me. This is my part-time job. Completely ignoring chat. Party animals, yes. Cute fuzzy animals, as I was going to say, doing violent things. I was like, wow, this looks fun, and it will be out in 2022. It kind of looked like a game that might have been out like this year, like, hey, guess what? This comes out next month even or something. But wow, this game looks ridiculously fun. Fight and cause mayhem as a cute kitten or a punk rocker pig. Yeah, it was great. But the chaotic physics-based party game had a free demo on Steam towards the end of last year, but that's been it since then. And now they have announced that it is a go for 2022. Hopefully, because I want that shit. And then, I don't want that. Go away. And then everybody's game of the year, Hades. Hades has been jumping around. I started playing it on the Switch, and now it's going to be coming out for the Xbox. Look at that, Super Giant Games Twitter account. Even talking about it right there. Of course they would, right? It's going to be coming out for the Xbox Series S and X, and probably the one, I'm assuming, because it's going to be on Game Pass. So you can get a physical copy as well. And hey, look at that. I mean, they wouldn't say it during the Xbox junket, but we got a PS4 and a PS5 coming out as well for pre-order. Now this 32-page character compendium and soundtrack download I got with the Switch. My brother ended up getting the character compendium, which was like that tiny and like that thin. It was really, really tiny. But anyway, Hades, available August 13th, I guess, for everything else. So there's that. There's that breaking news for me. Somerville. This game, when I saw the trailer, it didn't even hit me. I actually saw a trailer for Somerville like 4 years ago. And back then it gave me like this Cloverfield vibe or something. And it was very, very brief. And they didn't show shit. Like, it was completely different. It was like the houses outside or something, and something's going on. You can see things in the sky coming down. And like, that was it from what I recall. I didn't look it up again, but it was like a long time ago. I know it was like somewhere around the time the Switch came out, I think. I remember seeing it because I was like, oh, this is going to be a Switch game, and I completely forgot about it. But Somerville, it's popping up again. And I guess 2022, 5 years. It doesn't look like a game that would take 5 years to make. I'm sure maybe they changed some stuff up, but this trailer that they showed now with the family, the husband, the wife, the toddler, and the dog, running from something alien. That's probably like the only common thread that two trailers seem to have, is there's some kind of alien something going on, some kind of alien threat. But it looks interesting. The graphics look interesting. Somerville 2022. Let's move on here. Of course, 20th anniversary of Halo. Halo Infinite multiplayer, free to play, have fun. No other Halo announcements, which was a letdown for most people. Diablo 2 Resurrection is this September. A Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to Innocence, is slated for 2022 as well. We got more Far Cry 6, of course we did. It's just, we're beating that one, that horse that's dead. We're just beating it over and over again. I don't want to hear any more Far Cry 6 until it comes out, and only then I want to hear what the reviews are. Slime Rancher 2 in 2022 for all you Slime Rancher fans. Congratulations. I've never even fucking heard of Slime Rancher, but you're getting a sequel. There's that. Shredders. It's a snowboarding game. It is for people that enjoy snowboarding. That is in December. And Atomic Heart. They were talking about Atomic Heart. That's been like an on and off thing, it seems. Like, sometimes you hear some whispers of it, and then sometimes you hear nothing. And in fact, I don't even believe they even gave any kind of date for that one, except that, of course, it will be on Game Pass when it comes out. Yeah, that's right. We had the old one with the ladle. It looked interesting. But yeah, see, while it still lacks a release date, Atomic Heart, well, hey, pop-ups. Atomic Heart will come to the Game Pass on Xbox and PC and the cloud on launch day. So, Atomic Heart, I don't know. I need to see more of it. Replaced. That is an HD kinda 2D, kinda 3D, but not really 3D. More 2D, but it kind of looks 3D. I don't know if a still shot of Replaced would justify. Hey, replaces damaged cells. I don't think I want to do that. I was on the right path the first time. All right, so let's see if we can just click on an image here. So this is what I mean. Let's go ahead and see how big that should be all right. Open image in a new tab. So you can see what I mean. It's 2D, but I mean it's pretty good with. Hey, look at this. Yeah, look at what's right here. I can never say it right. Polybius machine. The game from the government that they tried to make people think existed, but it never really existed. Anyway, but I mean, they do a good enough job. See how, like this, you can tell this would be in the foreground, and it's it's shadowy over here, and it's kind of grainy and fuzzy over here to give it more depth. But it's 2D. It's 2D side scrolling, and honestly, like when I was watching it. First of all, it's a platformer from Sad Cat Studios and Coatsink. When I was watching it, it gave me like this Castlevania feel. Like if Castlevania was going to come back, I think this is how I kind of want it to look. Like it gave me that kind of a vibe. But like I said, it's a side-scrolling platformer where you're an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body. It looks kind of good. It does. Can't wait to see more of it. That comes out in 2022. Grounded. Got a Shroom and Doom update, June 30th. That is in just a couple weeks. Among Us has a new update with 15 player lobbies. That is June 15th in a couple days. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is 2022, and they also announced an Eiyuden 100 Heroes for 2023. I have no idea what those games are, but when the E3 hosts started talking, which I try not to pay much attention to their talking. When they were talking after the showcase, I guess one person was excited enough to turn another person onto the series, and maybe look into it. The Ascent, July 29th. Age of Empires 4 was announced. That is October 28th. And then what I thought was going to be a Fable trailer turned out to be the Outer Worlds 2. And I know there's a lot of people that are crazy about the Outer Worlds game. I believe my brother did play it, from what I understand. I just don't remember what the outcome was of that. It was very basic. They even made puns and jokes that they've got nothing for it, except really just a title, which is the Outer Worlds 2. They didn't even give a date. I'm assuming, if you're lucky, maybe 2022, but if there's not even a date, it's probably going to be 2023. And then everybody, more people than you might know. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have been on enough forums and threads where all of a sudden, when you're talking about some kind of Microsoft or Xbox game, where people turn the thread into a flight simulator. They start talking about it, and oh, I want this for the Xbox Series X or S or whatever. I'm like, is it like that good or something? Like people were like, oh, it'll never happen. I don't know. It's been a while since but it's going to happen. I guess July 27th. That's next month. Flight Simulator. And there's going to be a Top Gun expansion for that this fall. I might check it out. It looks appealing. I mean, at least for a little while. And then the two big ones, at least, I mean, for me, Forza Horizon 5, November 9th. And this really just helps solidify the fact that I'm getting all on board with Xbox. Especially since Sony stated that Gran Turismo for the PS5 was now going to be pushed into 2022. I'm like, what the fuck? Xbox is totally winning the race, pun intended. Getting their main racing IP out before Sony can with Gran Turismo for the PS5. I just, there's only two things that really kind of got hyped for the Xbox series, and that was Forza Horizon 5 and Fable. And we'll get to Fable in a second. And Forza is now 4 months away, 4.5. And I got excited for Gran Turismo for the PS5, and I've got to wait, I don't know how long for that. Hopefully when I say 2022, maybe it might be January or something for Gran Turismo. I don't know. Sony's also not at E3 this year. Yeah, go figure. So, that being said, Xbox, you're getting me right here. And then also there's Redfall. That is summer of 2022. That's from Arcane Studios. It's got androids. It's got vampires. Does it take place in the future? Is it like an alternate, universe? Who knows? I don't know. It's got things that look really fun and exciting, and I want to see more of Redfall. Let's see if I can take a quick peek. They had some images. I mean, there was no gameplay. At least I don't think there was gameplay. It looked like it was all cutscene type stuff, but it is a multiplayer shooter. I think it was. Yes. The studio is doing a multiplayer. That's what I was thinking of. So let's see here. Anything else that we can add? It's open world co-op shooter about a city overrun with vampires. That's somewhere between multiplayer and single player. We're introducing the trailer during Microsoft's press conference at E3. The company's vice president of gaming, Phil Spencer, described Redfall as open world shooter that players will be able to enjoy on their own or with friends. I need to see more. So if anybody doesn't know, they did Prey. So Redfall. No Fable. I wanted Fable. I also wanted Perfect Dark. When Perfect Dark was announced initially earlier, I was like, and I've been waiting since late last year for Fable. More on that, and there's nothing on both, which kind of scare me. I was really sincerely hoping that Fable would at least be late 2021 or something would be announced for 2022. Now there's nothing, and I don't know, but we're getting a fucking Xbox mini fridge. So I guess that makes up for it, but it doesn't. Yeah, Xbox mini fridge, holiday 2021. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Anyway, it was an overall a pretty strong and exciting presentation. I haven't been behind Microsoft and Xbox in a very long time, but at this point I'm on board for the long haul. So take a back seat, Sony. I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I pretty much had a boner. Now let's get into Square Enix. Square Enix. I am calling it Enix. They were calling it Enix. I don't know anybody that's ever called it Square Enix. When they started pronouncing it Square Enix, because I was on Twitter during the whole show today, and I was yesterday as well, all of a sudden, people in the gaming community, famous people in the gaming community that have been, on game-related programs on television and in print media, stuff like that, they even said, what the fuck? I've been calling it Square Enix. Like, everybody calls it Square. Where the fuck did Square Enix come from? How do you pronounce it? Enix or Enix? I don't know anybody that ever pronounced it Enix. And at this point, until I can get this fucking situation cleared up, I'm just going to call it Square. But anyway, Eidos Montreal, out of nowhere, I was like, for me, this game just takes the... there was a Telltale series too. But anyway, let's not click on that. The Guardians of the Galaxy game. Wow. I was not expecting it. I don't know if there was leaks for today. After yesterday, I stayed away from the internet. I just did not go on it, except for Twitter during the show. Very selective. Wow. I thought this looked great. And it looks like when you first looked at it, like Groot's hugging a purple llama with orange hair. It looked like it could be multiplayer, but it's single player. You actually do play as Star-Lord, and what makes it interesting is that then Star-Lord, because you do have the other Guardians around you, there's decisions that have to be made. It's kind of story-driven, decision-based game that will affect the rest of the Guardians around you and also the game. Third person, action adventure story. They showed about 10 minutes of the gameplay. I'm assuming it was like the beginning of the game because it started out with them just like lounging around and it said like press X to start or something, and then it started. So it might have been like the first 10 minutes. I was just like, wow, I can't wait to play that. As a Guardians fan and the type of gameplay mechanics they're introducing and how it's a single player, but you still have the other Guardians around you, kind of helping in the fight, so to speak. And it looks good. And I like their take on it. I like that it's not, taking a cue from the films, and it's, kind of like not really taking much of a cue from the comics. They kind of made their own standalone story, and that is excellent. That's going to be available for pre-order now, I believe they said, for the PS4 and the 5 and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series S and X. Final Fantasy 1 through 6 are getting a pixel remaster. All of them. I don't know if that's going to be one whole package. They're all going to be released on one disc or download, or if they're all separate, but those are coming soon. Legend of Mana. I didn't write down the whole date. I think that's supposed to be the 12th of July, isn't it? Let's go ahead and take a gander, shall we? Because I missed a number. What's that? All right. 15th. I missed a number and I got... No, that's not right. I want the new one. Son of a bitch. Let's go to Steam. 24th. So I missed the 4. So it's June 24th. But that is also going to be... I mean, I know I clicked on Steam, but that's also going to be for the PS4 and the Switch as well. I mean, you probably can play it on the PS5, but it's not going to be optimized for the PS5. And here comes the doggy. Hi, buddy. I'm not almost done. Don't worry about it. No, I am almost done. And then we'll go play a little bit. Crystal Dynamics and Marvel had announced some more updates for Marvel's Avengers. So all you Marvel's Avengers fans, I know that game started out rocky and had some pretty mixed reviews, but I guess it's gotten better and it's still a thing and people are still playing it. And there was a focus on footage for this expansion called Black Panther: War for Wakanda, which actually did look pretty interesting. I want to see my dog. Let's see if he's kind of come here. Come here. Go like this. Huh? Come here. Wanna come up here? Wanna come up here and read with me? Yeah. All right. So he's gonna hang out here and lick my face probably the whole time. Right? You're a good boy. So yeah, so we got the Black Panther War for Wakanda expansion for Marvel's Avengers. Then they touched on some mobile games coming soon. You're a sweet guy. Hitman Sniper, Nier Reincarnation, Final Fantasy X War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Limited collab. That begins the 16th. And Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Some mobile gaming coming soon if you're into mobile gaming. That is something that I'm also not really into. Go ahead and lick my neck. All right. Okay, well, that's getting a little weird. All right, buddy. Yeah, I know, but you know what? You're live on YouTube right now, so that's not going to fly. From Platinum Games comes Babylon's Fall. Now, that is recruiting for closed PC beta. This comes 3 years after the initial announcement, and honestly did not compare. I didn't compare the trailer. There was one that we got in 2019. Okay. Well, now you're getting kind of weird. Let's go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, dog. So, something just doesn't feel right about this game anymore. It's been 3 years since the announcement. There was the trailer. This one, when I say it didn't compare, I mean this new look didn't look as good even as the one 2 years ago. Like the one 2 years ago, like I was like, oh, this Babylon's Fall looks interesting. And now this one, I'm like, if this was the first thing I saw for this game, I wouldn't be interested at all. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. And then I actually went to Twitter and I started, going to the hashtag Babylon's Fall. Seems to be a lot of people that are just as confused as me. Something's wrong. And I would say I'm personally confused, but I think there's more people as well that are confused. And then something that I'm actually going to start really getting into this year is Life is Strange. The remastered collection is available September 30th. I actually just bought Colors, or not Colors. What is it? True Colors is what's coming out. I just bought Before the Storm. So I got Before the Storm, and it was kind of recommended to me. But Life is Strange True Colors, that comes out on September 10th. We got a first look, a little bit more in-depth on Alex's psychic powers for that game. Of course, what drew me in when I first heard about that game was the connection to this fictional town in Colorado. And I'm like, and it's kind of like this girl with some superhuman ability. So, yeah, and it's story-driven, and I thought, okay, well, I'll look into it, but I want to play the other ones first. So, I don't know if I'm going to get the remastered collection. I think I'm going to collect the original versions, and then get Life is Strange on September 10th. And then Square, insert how you say it here, Japan, Team Ninja. There was this rumor that there was going to be this big reveal, and of course everybody was like, it's going to be a Final Fantasy game, and as it turns out, it ended up being this one called Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, and that comes out in 2022 for the PS4, the 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and there will be a PS5 demo coming soon. It actually looked like something that I might actually pick up. It'll be the first Final Fantasy game that I picked up since the remake, and that was the first Final Fantasy pickup since Final Fantasy VII, the original, so I just don't play Final Fantasy VII games all that much. I've dabbled in a couple in between 8 and 14. They don't hold my attention. Like I've said, I'm not like the biggest RPG person. But yeah, so it actually, so far, it looked kind of cool. I want to see more of it. So that was the Square. You know what I'm trying to say. them. And then however you pronounce this right over here, bouncing around over the, yeah. I'm going to call it Square Enix. I've been calling it Square Enix since they added the Enix. It's going to be Square Enix. Anyway, so that is it. A little bit longer of coverage today. And now, like I did yesterday, I want to kind of see what's trending. E3 Sunday. I want to see what everybody's talking about. Just by typing that. Square with Marvel. And then Microsoft with Bethesda and Starfield. You can see a little bit of a Halo thing there. Washington Post has been kind of wishy-washy on their video game reporting. They actually leak stuff. And most of the time, it's like solid leaks. But they're also like ones that leaked Nintendo Switch Pro stuff that started rumor mills all the way through the fact that we were supposed to have a pre-order for that last week, and that never happened. So let's see, and then we got, Back 4 Blood is trending, it looks like. Yeah, so, Life is Strange. I'm kind of surprised that Life is Strange is a little bit, I never even heard of it until this year. I didn't even know True Colors was the third one. Technically, there's I think there's like a shorter campaign of a Life is Strange or something too. Like, I'm just starting to like really kind of learn more about Life is Strange, and it's interesting. I didn't know existed. So that was it today. That's it in a nutshell. Let's take a look at the schedule for tomorrow. Now, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of grateful I get to go to work the next 2 days because I am beat. And with everything that's going on, then when I get home and having to prepare for tomorrow, and the same thing with Tuesday for the live reaction stream, I'm not gonna have any time for Ratchet and Clank until like Wednesday. Man, and I gotta record the next podcast episode too. So there's going to be some stuff that I'm not going to cover. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to try my best. I've got 2 screens and a lot of time at work. And I wear headphones, so nobody has to, be bothered with what I watch or listen to. I don't know what's going to be with this Verizon shit. I honestly kind of don't care. So we'll see what comes out of it. Maybe there might be something surprising, but as of right now, I am not going to report on anything from Verizon. And television, on the other hand, as somebody that is actually a founder of the new Amico system, I will be reporting on Intellivision. I have been following them since Tommy Tallarico took over Intellivision and announced the Amico, and I helped fund it. And I've been waiting for this system since last year. It was supposed to come out last year. It's been delayed not once but twice. So I am interested in seeing what Intellivision has to say. I will be reporting on that Take-Two Interactive panel. I would report on Take-Two Interactive. I'm not sure what the panel is going to be exactly. It sounds like they're going to talk. I don't know if they're going to show anything. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Mythical Games I'll probably be skipping. The Indie Showcase, I will talk about the Indie Showcase if anything is surprising to me, because I would hope that with a half an hour in an Indie Showcase that it would be some decent stuff, because there's some indie stuff out there that's just fucking crap. Freedom Games, I don't even know what Freedom Games is, so we'll see what come out of that, but as of right now, I don't plan on reporting that. Ven's Origin Stories with Hector Rodriguez, don't plan on that. Of course, Capcom. And then Razer is actually a company that I'm actually starting to kind of get acquainted with. The Razer Kishi was the most recent Razer purchase of mine, so I like to see what they've got coming out. And then hopefully it'll be over by the time I leave work. And I'll get right to it tomorrow night. I believe we're at the same time. So let me just double check for all y'alls. I'm pretty sure we are. And in the meantime, I just like to let you know that I did have a beverage before the stream with my Chinese food from Yang's Yang Chen. Liu Kang's. Fuck. The fuck was it called? God damn it. I don't remember. Anyway, I was going to check the schedule. So tomorrow, I've got it here, Monday. So I said it because I said it wrong last night, so I want to read it off my own promos. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. So I'll literally have like an hour to write everything and click the go live button, and hopefully I'll have just what I want to talk about. Unless there's any surprises from any of the ones that I don't plan on, it's going to be 6 p.m. Central tomorrow, talking about what I just recapped for you. And then Tuesday is also 6 p.m. So the next two nights, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. That is also 4 p.m. Pacific. I think that's what I got fucked up on last night, saying that. So that's going to do it for today. Today's recap, the Sunday recap of E3. And boy, what a doozy it was. Good job, Microsoft and Bethesda. I'm super excited. I'm going to be busy the rest of the year just on shit coming out for Game Pass and boy, and everything else. It's just it's insane. So again, click that notification bell so you know when this shit's going live. At least the next 2 days. I rarely go live. Hardly ever. It's like a couple times a year. This is probably it for this year for E3. That's probably going to be it. And like and check out potationrotation.com. You can get the links to all the other YouTube content. There's 2 others besides this channel. License to Drink and the Reviews channel. And then, of course, the podcast, Retro Rankings Podcast, every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. And we just had the new episode premiere this past Tuesday. That was Top 7 RPG Characters. We got another episode coming the fourth Tuesday this month, which is the 22nd. So we got that coming out. It's going to be a special one, too. It's going to be really long. It's going to be long and special, and you're going to take it. But those episodes, you can find them anywhere podcasts play, or you can go right to the website, and it's embedded there as well on the homepage. All the socials links are on the homepage as well. Follow me there so you know when shit's going to happen with Potation Rotation all over the place. Any questions, email me at potationrotation@gmail.com. And it's starting to get to the point now where I've got friends on Twitch that finally know to call me Potation Rotation Paul and not Potato Paul, because that's been a thing for a while. See you guys next time.